My name is Abia Elizabeth Abraham, URK17CS172, and today we're going to do our experiment number 4, that is linked stack and linked queue, that is the implementation of the linked list. So the first one is to implement the stack data structure using a linked list. So we'll have a look at the program. So we can see that I'm creating a structure that is struct node, where I'm introducing two attributes, that is data, and I'm creating a pointer that is next. So I'm setting the pointer top to null. Now I'm creating a class that is stack. So in this I'm also doing this, and then I'm creating a constructor stack in which I'm pointing top to null. So I'm creating three functions, that is push, pop, and display. In this push, I'm getting the value which has to be pushed here, and then I'm creating a new node, as a new node has to be created. So I'm storing the value which I'm getting here into that data, and the temps next will point to top. So now the new top will be temp. In the pop function, I'm first checking if the stack is empty. If it is, then I'm printing the error message. Otherwise, I'm creating a temporary reference, that is temp, which is pointing to top, and then I'm storing the top's data into a variable, that is value, and now the top will point to top next. So now I'll be deleting the temp and then returning the value. Now for display function, I'm creating a reference, that is temp, which will be pointing to top. Now I'll be going to the null position. So until the temp is not equal to null, I'll be printing the temp data, and then now temp will be equal to temp next. The loop will go on until it reaches null. So in the main function, I'm creating an object of stack. Now I'm giving three choices, and I'm using switch case operator for this. And here I'm getting the value, and I'm directing it to the desired functions here. So I'm also giving a choice that if the user wants to continue using a do while loop. So now we'll have a look at the output. I'm pushing the values 1. So again I'm pushing the value 2. Now I'm pushing the value 3. So now I'll display it. So we can see 3, 2, 1 as is a stack. The topmost element will be popped out first. Now I'll pop one element, and again I'll display. So we can see that one element is being popped. This 3 is the choice. So we can see 2 and 1 is remaining. Now we'll have a look at the second program. So the second program is to implement the queue data structure using the linked list. So in this, I'm creating a structure that is I'm introducing data and the next pointer. Now I have to create two pointers, that is front and rear, for a queue, and both will be initially pointing to null. So I'm creating a class that is queue, and I'm including three functions, that is enqueue, dequeue, and display. So enqueue, I'm getting the value here. I'm creating a new node and then storing the value into temp, and then the next will point to null. So I'm first checking if it is empty, that is front and rear both are equal to null. Then after enqueuing, the front and rear both will point to temp. Otherwise, the rear's next will be temp, and the rear equal to temp. As enqueue is done in the queue, enqueue is done from backwards, and dequeue is done from frontwards. In dequeue, I'm seeing that if the queue is empty, so if front and rear both are equal to null, then the queue is empty. Otherwise, I'll create a reference that is pointing to front, and then the front's value is stored into a variable, which is value, and then now the new front will be front next, and I'm deleting the temp and returning the value. For display function, the temp is pointing to front initially, and then it will go until temp is not equal to null. Here I'm printing the value of temp, and temp will be equal to temp next. In the main function, I'm creating an object of queue, and I'm using a do while loop, and creating a switch case operator to get the choice from the user, and the specified option will be directed to its respective function. So we'll have a look at the output. So first I'm enqueuing 1. Again I'm enqueuing 2. Now one more element, I'm enqueuing 3. So now I'll display this. As it's a queue, the first element will be displayed first. Now I'll dequeue 1 and then display. So we can see the 1 is being dequeued, and 2 and 3 is remaining. So it's the end of experiment number 4.